Yo, what's up guys, Nakama here. I have something special today. Going to recommend to you guys anime essays I have watched on YouTube. I'm practically doing the job of YouTube recommendation, but since you might have ignored some of these videos, I just thought, hey, let's just recommend some of these. First of all, it has to do with Attack on Titan. I read the manga. The ending is pretty good, in my opinion. And it's very interesting, but it's also something that's very expected. So if you finished watching Attack on Titan and reading the manga, then you definitely should watch this videos. This video in specific is so fucking good by Invaders. It has even voice acting for Eren to make certain emotional segments work.
I wonder where it all started.
Yo.
Back there. It doesn't matter where. Even...
Yeah, it's just a 1 hour analysis of Eren's character, which is amazing. See, this video, and along with like some other videos, like for example this also was a very good video, but like this the first video is alone is enough. Like, I'm also kind of surprised why they didn't just name this video Eren is not freed, because as the thumbnail suggests, like that's almost like a perfect name. So yeah, one thing it definitely does manage to do is explain the time loop thingy, or the perfect prediction thingy that Eren did, and who knew what during certain segments, and especially what Eren knew and when. So that was very helpful. And also, about Eren's dreams, and his motivation as a kid and as an adult, which is very well done. And like this video is so good that I just don't want to make anything related to Attack on Titan, especially Eren, because there was some crazy Eren analysis that I'll nowhere be able to like supplement or surpass. Like, if you watch this video, like there really isn't anything I can say to add in regards to Eren's character, aside from regurgitating certain points and trying to make them sound more appealing. I don't know, I could try, I guess, but it's going to be hard. If you read the Attack on Titan manga, if you just watch the Attack on Titan anime, then you definitely have a few chapters to go. So you have to wait for the season 4 part 3, I guess, part 3 final edition. And this video is also really, really good too, but it's also like focusing on the fact that Eren's writing and how he really didn't change throughout the story, at least his core ideals. Also, this guy sounds like Corpse.
Balls were outside the Titans, that freedom wasn't even past the sea.
Damn, that's a soothing voice. One thing that kind of sucks is the fact that there aren't any like Ruby analysis videos. I kind of wish, like, I could easily like make one myself, given that the upside is that it's like completely empty space. There are all these videos like complaining, shitting, and reviewing, and okay, this might be one. I actually didn't watch this. Probably should watch this in case it has something to say. But in general, there are a whole lot of Ruby analysis videos, mostly just something like, oh, this is a serious issue, and this is a problem, and blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of lame, honestly, especially considering how most of these complaints are not valid. Like, I'm not just like a Ruby fanboy trying to defend every problem of the show, because, like I said, I previously said that this video is well made, especially made by manga Kevin, and I do go with it because this video is 50 minutes long, focuses entirely on the events of Volume 8, whereas this video, howsoever well made is H. Promote's video, is that, and it's like focuses on Volume 1 to 3, and he mostly is positive about Volume 3 actually, but is very critical about Volume 1 and 2. And Volume 1 and 2 is like, it's not a bad volume. In fact, it might actually have like less things to complain about. Well, aside from the animation mistakes, poor looking visuals. But like he doesn't decide to complain about those. He decides to complain about the writing, and the writing in Volume 1 and 2 like is simplistic. You can call it unimpressive, but like there technically isn't any plot holes or any kind of major issues with it. It's just very standard. It's a setup story. So I just think, I don't know. I think the entire point of this video heavily like tries to make Miles look like an idiot, and I think that desire to make Miles an idiot kind of like messed up with, started becoming conflict with trying to make good arguments. And yeah, a lot of judgmental critics videos. I mean, this video isn't like I like this video for trying to be critical and trying to like open people's mind and say, hey, you know, Team Ruby and like Crow. I mean, I don't know what their opinion on Crow is. They just like shit on Crow once and then decided to defend Crow from Team Ruby, which is strange, to say the least. And basically, they try to make Team Ruby look like the villain, which is a little going overboard. I'm just saying, like, everyone is okay with a video of saying, oh, you know, Team Ruby is not entirely unreliable. They make mistakes, which they do a lot. But this video went overboard and trying to like prove something that's kind of unprovable, trying to make it seem like Team Ruby is the villain, which is kind of hard to do. You kind of like have to jump through several loops. And yeah, there is two analysis videos which seem very interesting. I haven't like checked it out to see what they say. Eruption Fang. Eruption Fang's videos are interesting. I definitely think the more the show went on, like his hatred, like his disappointment with the show kind of like caught up, and he just stopped making analysis videos. More about complaints started just becoming complaints. And you might say, oh, it's because of Volume 8's quality. Maybe not. I personally thought Volume 8 was pretty good. If you haven't like watched any of Craftsdwarf's videos, you definitely should, because his videos are so fucking good. Again, none of those like complaint videos. It's just like analysis of the shows. And yeah, I think one thing like he did really well is like pull up like SAO and like do an analysis of Sword Art Online, which is really important because like Sword Art Online for the longest time I've been this punching bag of the anime community. And I personally thought it was a very competent show, like at least for the first season. Like obviously, I think definitely there was some rushes in the story and some like strange dialogue choices in the anime adaptation. Yeah, because the strange thing is that I don't think the light novels are specifically like to be blamed in the strange dialogue choices or strange logic of the anime. And aside from that, there's also, you know, Bleach analysis, which is good. Also, people kind of like shit on Bleach and not give what's credit due. This video is so fucking good. It's about Sasuke's character, and like the music choice and like the tone is so fucking good.
To say Sasuke is a character of conflict would only be all too accurate.
I mean, look at this fucking start. It's such a hooker. Like as soon as that violin plays, and you hear like Craft's words on first words on Sasuke, it just grabs you in. It's such a great video. And yeah, maybe I should be making this type of videos. Maybe I will. Maybe I honestly think I should if I like stop being a fucking lazy ass and actually script this shit, I can make some really interesting videos. And also, yeah, this video is also very good. It's very good. But I also think like it doesn't touch everything. I am a huge fan of Danganronpa V3, and I think I definitely understood the final ending. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, the spoilers for the Danganronpa V3 ending, I guess. Yeah, if you watched, play Danganronpa V3, and if you hate the ending or something like, yeah, this video is definitely, you should definitely watch this video. And yeah, I also really like his reviews on the other games as well. His video on Danganronpa 3 is good, but at the same time, I also definitely think you should watch the live stream that Craftsdwarf and Map Wizardry did, because he regrets a lot of the things he said in this video, maybe in the previous video. He said a long time has passed. Like, look at this, it's 5 years ago. That's fucking nuts. Obviously, a person's opinion is going to change drastically in 5 years. Even mine will probably like change from the arguments I made. I don't think it did change, especially my Ruby videos. I don't think it changed much. But yeah, his appearance changed a lot. I mean, in general, like, but don't worry, like, some of the praises, most of the praises are there. It's fine, it's there. But some of the things he complained about Chiaki's character and some other stuff in some, like, in Danganronpa 3 as well is there. But like also some of the criticisms, such as Nagito's luck, considering that is valid. He still think it's valid. And in regards to this video, yeah, I think it's one thing it definitely manages to do is sort of a lot of the confusions, but it's not enough. I seriously don't think this video is enough, because Danganronpa V3 finale is such a big event and people haven't really done a whole lot to erase the confusions. Like, I'm not going to say some stupid bullshit like only I can do this or something like that, but I haven't watched that many videos explaining the confusion regarding the Danganronpa V3 endings universe. So this video is definitely does that. Thematic cohesion. I don't know about this part, because, you know, he tries to argue that
Goes against the theme of the game because the harsh truth is never confronted, but she's not quite the only one. Himiko has a running gag where she claims
so like, yeah, I get it. There is obviously some cohesion there, but like, it's kind of grasping at straws, because like in every single detective mystery game, people do lie and people do try to find the truth, even in Danganronpa and Danganronpa 2. So like, having this whole segment where you try to dig too hard is kind of like strange. But like, yeah, definitely the movie references in the Monokuma Theater is definitely there for a reason, obviously. Yeah, but generally, I definitely think I could add on to this if I made a scripted video. But yeah, also, yeah, he makes so many good like videos. Akudama Drive, I watched it. You know, I did praise the show a lot. It's one of the best 12-episode anime I have ever seen, if I will make a category out of that. And he definitely does a very good analysis job of the show. And yeah, he also does a very good analysis on Naruto and hard work versus talent, which is good, which is, you know, very good. He doesn't like try to like, the problem with like arguing this this topic is the fact that you are either going to shit on Naruto for saying hard work is cool, bro, or you're going to shit on Neji. Like, you're going to either shit on one or the other, but he doesn't do that. He kind of like like explains Neji's points, but also explains why Naruto was ahead of Neji for saying that people can change, and Neji was against change. That was the point. Like Neji's point of like talent mattering isn't necessarily wrong. I don't think even Naruto tried to argue that. He didn't Naruto say is like hard work or some bullshit. That wasn't the point Naruto was trying to make, and he emphasized that. And also, this is a very important video too because people try to shit on Naruto for having talk no jutsu, which is kind of bullshit. Considering that even the greatest shows, like even Attack on Titan, has talk no jutsu. You know, they literally sat in a campfire surrounding a fire, and they talk no jutsu one another. So it's kind of like ridiculous to say that Naruto is lame for talk no jutsu, considering like every single people talk to one another. You know, we're not animals trying to kill each other all the time. And the best course of action to solve an issue is just talk it out. Yeah, like this is all so good. And also, suddenly like fairy tale videos become super positive. It's such a like the greatest character development because if you like go way back, you'll probably realize that Craftsdwarf was also very critical of fairy tale. Yeah, and he like suddenly turned a not suddenly. He literally made these videos 4 years ago, and so what? 3 years later, maybe 2 years later, he comes back and said, "Oh shit, my points were fucking terrible. I'm gonna just redeem these points and just gush over fairy tale, and also argue with my own previous points." Because like it's so difficult to be like critical of fiction in general because you're going into like uncharted territory. Like no matter how you think you're super smart or super ingenious, you're not as like knowledgeable as the like original author. Like it's the original author's world. No matter what you do, you know less about it. You don't know the intentions, the context of why the writer and the manga artist did the things the way they did. Hard. It's really hard. LOTGH. Like I think you can like make an argument that okay, this author made a pretty bad point or didn't show the point very well. You can say something like a critical argument like that, but especially something like a plot hole or something related to the universe's logic, it's really hard to point out flaws in that because no matter what you do, the author is going to know more than you. So either they're going to come up with an explanation that you never expected but makes total sense, or they're just going to say, yeah, I intentionally made a hole like that, but I needed to do that in order to advance the story or do something cool. And you're going to say like, okay, cool. So yeah, that's definitely why making a critical overview of the world and the plot holes are difficult. Oh yeah, this video is also really like good, but I don't know. I actually kind of think that it's kind of like the things where strange things where
Super Eyepatch.
he makes a really
Seem
good
described.
points, but at the same time, like his complaints are things that everyone makes. Like Craftsdwarf actually like complains about how Super Eyepatch Wolf's comparisons don't make sense. But then again, does comparisons in general make any sense? I make comparisons too, but sometimes like a lot of these comparisons aren't like to make a point. It's just a very personal feeling. Like me showing my tier list and talking about some other shows in comparison. Like that's just me trying to explain why I play certain things the way they did. It doesn't necessarily say anything about the show. It says something about me, but like nothing about the show. And I think comparisons in general are kind of like that. But it's true that Super Eyepatch Wolf do try to bite more than they can chew. Speaking of which, the man behind the mask by Kato is also a really good video. I mean, it's been so long. I mean, look, it's 4 years ago. Really? Wait, why are there two? I mean, yeah, I think you re-uploaded. But yeah, this video is so fucking good too. I think it also has some added features. I don't know. Yeah, but in general, you know, Code Geass, an absolute classic. And yeah, the step video mostly focuses on LOTGH and the various roles he has to play and how many lies he also has to use.
Rook on the H file. If you go for king to g7, it allows for knight to f5 check, which, with imprecise play, can allow for white to escape here. He doesn't move the rook first because that would make his plan obvious to the noble, and he might try to somehow intervene. LOTGH realizes that his attack on the king side will be faster than the influence of the queen side pawns, so he makes room for his rook on the H file, preparing to—
Oh yeah, the first chess match actually makes sense. It's the second one that kind of doesn't, right? But yeah, overall, yeah, great analysis video. And speaking of, you know, Super Eyepatch Wolf here, you should definitely check out Super Eyepatch Wolf's videos because they're pretty good. But I don't know, he's a very funny guy, but as an analyst, do I agree with a lot of his takes? Like, I don't think I agree with his Bleach takes. Because then again, I didn't like watch Bleach as a whole. So that's kind of a strange thing to say, so commenting about something I don't watch. But yeah, he makes some really like quality videos. I mean, on Sonic the Hedgehog, no less. His GT video is also really like weird. Like, it's his personal opinion. Like Final Fantasy 15, I kind of understand why he didn't like it, but there's also a lot to like in Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, I think like a lot of his previous video also kind of like tries to bite a little too hard. Like, especially this video, like it goes to the borderline of the pretentiousness route, but like it's fine. Like, I especially think modern Super Eyepatch Wolf's videos are really good. Like something like, oh, you should definitely watch this, and even if he doesn't like something like Shenmue 3, it's very understandable. I mean, Shenmue 3 in specific is kind of really bad. Wow, and yeah, 4 years later, he goes back only to say the same thing about Bleach, which is hilarious. But yeah, a lot of huge quality videos. Also, yeah, I have to give a shout out to WattheWut too. Because there's a lot of good videos. What makes it 10 out of 10 for me? I think I actually don't remember anything from this. I don't think even I watched this because yeah, harems are good. I think I only saw parts of this. It looked kind of good. And yeah, this video is actually one of the reasons I would recommend WattheWut, because Digibro was so like full of bullshit when he said like, oh, you can judge the best anime on the first episode. No, you can't. There are a lot of shows that like start off good and like become shit afterwards. And there are quite a few shows that start off boring but builds up into something amazing.
Something I find rather interesting regarding this mindset towards judging things on episode 1. People begin to use what is really an argument for the allocation of one's time as a way to determine if something is good from its core. Look no further than Digine's series on judging an anime in episode 1, where she argues that by looking at the structure of the first episode, you can determine where a show is going to go throughout its runtime, because there is no way a show can change that drastically. I often see people running to this even outside of anime, such as those who get into manga and claim that you can figure out if a shonen action series is going to be good because they all follow a formula, as if there is some arbitrary set of rules all shonen action series follow. It's this weird way of the viewer to become more elevated than the media they consume, almost as if they're better than it, and then use some kind of predictive law to see the end result of a work and where it's headed.
Yeah, it's good. It's still as good as I remember it. So yeah, Digibro, I'm sorry, man, but you were kind of full bullshit on that specific topic, and yeah, you just can't. You just can't like judge an anime based on like on the first episode or any kind of media in general. And he goes on to talk about further examples and so on. And despite and not just that, I just really like him like talking about certain shows such as Naruto and how Dragon Ball and how their first episode aren't that great, and especially those that started out good kind of like fell apart. And also, yeah, a lot of Bleach hype. There was a lot of Bleach hate that was going on, so it's sort of like a method of countering that, which is really cool. And also, yeah, another character appreciation, Hazmat Hotel, and also a lot of Love Live videos. I mean, as a person who is currently watching Love Live, I probably should watch these videos after I finish at least the first season.